Hello, fellow idiots. This is Nick, the idiot. I just wanted to do a quick take. I got her. She's dressed up for Valentine's Day. St. Valentine's Day. She's got a golden booty. Look at it. A golden booty she's got there. I don't know why it's gold. It's supposed to be pink, I guess. Anyway, this is her. And if you're listening to a podcast of me right now, then you have no clue what I'm talking about. And that's your fault for not tuning in. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I want to do an actual quick take on St. Valentine's Day. Because people, there's any number of things today. People will be like, oh, it's a made-up holiday. I'm not going to. Well, yes, so is Arbor Day, and you don't hear me complaining about it, mostly because I don't know what it is or when it is at all. I don't know if it's a real thing, but I'm not complaining about it. But people, oh, it's a holiday just made up by the flower companies to make money. And I'm like, I don't think that's true. I don't think they have time to actually invent holidays. I think they're busy with the flowers because it's really time-consuming. And people, I've heard, oh, do you know the real story of Saint Valentine? Do you know his real story? Because if you did, you would know that he wouldn't condone. There weren't even Smarties back then, man. They didn't have compartmentalized chocolate. Well, first of all, you're right about the Smarties thing. They didn't have them back then, or we don't know. Who knows? They may be timeless. But that may be true. I don't know. It's a great story, St. Valentine. Look it up. He's a great dude. He's a saint for a reason. And I don't know. People use it as a day to either on that end just be like, nope, not participating in that. I choose to love every day. Like, well, good. I hope that you do. That's a good plan. Let this be one of those days where you love, because that attitude doesn't seem as loving. But that's one thing. Those are the things. But the other thing is today is the day of expectations that people place. People will be expecting chocolate that has their own rooms, and they will be expecting flowers, way, way expensive flowers, I have found in my personal experience. I get it. I mean, we're up north, and they're frozen. They're tough to find in all this snow. But you just think it should be cheaper. But meals, they expect meals, dinner, a date, after dinner entertainment, because there's kids listening and watching. Just all across the board, there are expectations today. And I just thought it would be really good to take just actually a few minutes and just remind ourselves what love is, what love looks like. Because it is not expectation. On the day when people put up a bunch of things that they want from the day, it's important to remember that love actually, like actual love, when we use the term, has nothing to do with what you get. I always say that love is not a two-way street. Love is a one-way street. It is outward focused. Relationships definitely are a two-way street to have a good relationship. But to love, that's why you can love your enemy. Bless those who persecute you. And because you can just love outward. It is about the other person. So just a real quick reminder today, on this day, when people are using the word love a lot, it's on pacifiers. It's everywhere. It's just a reminder of what word they're using, because people will say love is love, and as my buddy from the mic points out, you can't just say love. You can't define a thing by defining it, by saying it is what it is, because he points out, because for instance somebody says, here, drink this. Well, what is it? Water. Well, what kind of water? Doesn't matter, just drink it. Well, is it toilet water? Is it sewer water? Is it purified water? What is it? Just doesn't matter. It's water. Water's water, man. You can't just say love is love. And so today it's a good day to remember what love is. And real quick, way back in the day, Thomas Aquinas gave us a real quick, succinct 3-word definition of love that works really well. Love is to will the good of the other. And in practice, that means like to choose the good of the other. So to choose someone's good over your own today, all day. And maybe you're supposed to do that every day. Yeah, absolutely. But let this be one of those days. Because I think Valentine's Day and your anniversary are like the 2 days that we're like, oh, I love you today. Well, I mean, granted, it should be every day, but let's make it today as well. Let us choose the good of our other over ourselves all day, in little ways and huge ways, a bunch. Just choose their good over your own today. So really love somebody. Love 4 marks of God's love, because if we love it, because there's not like God love and human love. God is love, so you're either loving like God would or you're not loving. So your behavior has to look like he would do. And his love is always free. So today, be free. Like, don't have any price tags put on what you do, your actions. Don't say, well, I'll do this, but you're going to do this. No, just free. They shouldn't feel pressured into anything, and you shouldn't feel pressured from within. You should just choose, again, choose the good of the other, choose freely, with no price tags and no expectations. Don't expect a thing today. Maybe you spent a whole bunch on a meal and flowers. You can't expect anything else. Don't. Just be glad you got to sacrifice today and choose the good of the other. So free, total. Don't hold anything back from yourself. And now this is a day for like significant others, for spouses, for the ones you love. Don't hold yourself back, any of yourself. Make sure that you are giving. Did you hear that? She just tooted right by the microphone. That's awesome. She's like, I'll give. Anyway, to give completely. Don't hold anything back today. Faithfully. Again, when we're talking like what Valentine's Day, romantic love, they would call it, then that is for that one. You say, well, I love you. Don't say I'll love you for now. You love forever. I love you. The person you are, there will never be another you. So I love you faithfully. I give myself freely, totally, and faithfully to you. And then be open to life. Now we're talking about physical expressions of love. If we're not getting into this, why it's a short one. I'm being vague. I'm skirting those issues because we don't have time for that. But if you're going to love today, love so you hope it brings life. And that can be even the hope that when people walk away from you today, that they feel more alive, more close to the one who is the way, the truth, and the life than farther away. Make sure that you do that, because that's what real love does. It's free, total, faithful, and fruitful. And then lastly, love is always patient. Love is kind. Love is, 1 Corinthians 13. So today, on this day where you might have a list of expectations, just be patient and kind. Love bears no record of wrong. Don't keep a record of wrong today. Don't do it. Just let, maybe today is a day where, hold on 1 second. And I won't be able to edit this out, but I'm walking over here because I usually record these when Hudson is napping, and he's not napping. And you don't know it, but this is my third, maybe fourth take, because he keeps coming over. He's like, can I have more cantaloupe? I'm like, yeah, here's some cantaloupe. Anyway, I would edit this out, but I'm not going to. Anyway, today is a day that sometimes past wrongs start to come up, maybe just inside, where you're like, well, okay, I'm supposed to celebrate my love today for this person, but what they did in the past was this. Real, true love, real love keeps no record of wrong. It lets things go. It forgives like God does. So today might be a day where wounds are tempted to come up, and let those wounds, like when Christ rose from the dead, his wounds, he still bore his scars, but they were glorified. Let your wounds be transformed today. Today might be the day that you really start to love the person by letting go of the grudge, to forgive those who have trespassed against you. So that's it. Today, on this day, when it can get lost in the dinners, and I would encourage you, I don't know, again, I'm not a financial counselor. Spend something on them today. Just and make it hurt. Maybe there's something you'll need to skip in your own life that costs money so that you could be extravagant today. Be extravagant with your time and your treasure and who you are today. Be extravagant. Like, that's what love looks like. Pour yourself out for the person. And remember this, that love doesn't look like candy. It looks like a crucifix. It doesn't look like a heart. It looks like the cross. This is what it's going to look like. Love takes sacrifice. It requires sacrifice. But that can be blessed. That can be wonderful. So be excited. Sacrifice today. Choose the good of the other. Be free, total, faithful, and fruitful. Be patient and kind and keep no record of wrong. And enjoy love today. Enjoy loving the other person today. Enjoy who they are in God's image. Have a good life. I'll see you on the other side.